The only way to ensure that you never get cheated on by your partner is to not have one. It's to be single and celibate. If you're not single and celibate, you are at high risk for being cheated on. And that high risk is you are being cheated on. All men cheat. I don't give a damn who you are. I don't care if you're offended. What am I getting out of this? I don't give a fuck about romantically being with a man. I'm single, celibate, and child-free. I have no paper trail with a man. The only way that a lot of these men are going to change is for women to shut it down there. Shut it down. Shut down access. But a lot of you are not going to be able to do that because you're a pick-me. Your whole entire life is centered around being chosen. Choose your fucking self. Choose yourself. And I can tell a lot of you are pick-me because a lot of y'all will create content. A man don't like this. A man only wants a type of woman. Pick me, pick me, pick me. I don't give a fuck about what a man wants. I don't give a fuck about the modesty conversation either while we are at it. Wear whatever the fuck you want to wear, even if you are married. Fuck him. That's something that religion pushed up on fucking women as a mechanism of control. A man don't own you because he's married to you. And it's not even just Christianity that preached this fucking rhetoric.
Sometimes when I have a bad day, I remember that there's people going through the same thing that I'm going through, but with kids.
You're wasting your time trying to have the father of your child be in their child's life because men inherently are deadbeats. Men are deadbeats naturally. The natural order of men is to be deadbeats. Men do not have a paternal bond to their children. The very few men that do have a paternal bond to their children, it's very rare. Okay, it's very, very rare. And I would go as far as to say the very few that do have a paternal bond is really just out of the fact that they are afraid of getting shamed, of not displaying that they have a paternal bond with their child. But men having an innate bond with their children does not exist. Okay, this is not the natural order of things of how we do things. Okay, children and men at one point were never even able to coexist with one another. That quote, "It takes a village," yeah, they were talking about a village of women to raise a child. Okay, essentially men were jealous that men didn't. They were jealous of the fact that they didn't have a place. Okay, they were jealous of the fact that women were all coming together. They were raising the children. They were doing the damn thing together, and men just didn't have a purpose. Like, they just were looking around and they're like, okay, but what are we supposed to do? Like, you guys just pick us up, use us for procreation whenever you want to, and then just toss us back off to the side, and then pick us back up again whenever you guys are ready. And so essentially they got pissed off and jealous. They created religion, which essentially was a subjugation of women, slavery of women through marriage, and essentially they created this whole thing of the nuclear family. And they created the nuclear family because, once again, they wanted to give the man a place in the home with his child. So essentially they created this whole thing with having a two-parent household. And yeah, we see how that's going. And I know people are going to be like, yeah, but children fare off better having two parents. No, they don't. They fare off financially because you have two fucking incomes. Okay, if you get one person that makes the income of two people, and the person is emotionally together, mentally together, physically together, and you add the finances on top of it, the child is not gonna fucking go without. I don't care what anybody fucking says. Okay, I grew up with a village of women that took care of me. I didn't miss out on shit, okay? And actually, if I'm being completely honest with you, my father was not necessarily a deadbeat on purpose. He actually did try to be in my life, and I really didn't want him to be in my life. I liked my village of women better. I'll just be honest with you. I liked the parenting that I had with the village of women that took care of me better. I liked the influences that I was under with the village of women that had raised me better. And so honestly, I personally did not feel the need growing up to have my father around. It wasn't like he didn't attempt. It wasn't like he didn't try. He was in my life for some time, until he did something that he was no longer able to be in my life for a little bit. And then essentially, once time had passed, he was allowed to come back into my life per my mother. Okay, my mother allowed it, but I was like, no, I like what I have going on. And still to this day, overall, I don't feel like I missed out on anything. I don't feel like missing out on anything. And if I could do it all over again, I would do it all over again. Getting raised by a matriarch and by women was honestly the best thing that my soul ever chose for me, honestly. And I have the resume with my life to honestly show for it. Like, I have no regrets. It's always going to be raising a child in a village of women versus having a man be in the picture in a 2-parent household over, yeah, it's just non-contested, uncontested. I'm sorry, like, matriarchy, it's better. And the thing about it is that, like, even a child, how they're gonna figure out what their happiness is based off of the mother's happiness. If a child sees an unhappy mother, that is going to impact their life more than them living under a household where the father is not present. The only species that actually needs a father around is just the male. That's it. Women do not need them.
Reasons why I don't want to have kids. For one, I'm fucking selfish. I don't want to change diapers. I don't want to have to take care of another human being for 18 years and be responsible for them. What if I fuck them up? I like spending money on me. I really do. And I like spoiling my sister, and I think that's good enough for me. I have to spend that on someone else. I think I would be a little mad. Finding a life partner, finding a potential husband, not so easy. No. And after having lived alone, having a girl apartment, I can't go back. I lived with a man for 4 years. I know what it's like. I played house for 4 years. I ain't going back to that life. No. Also, men in general, unless he's making my life 10 times better, there's no man that's gonna be my life. No. Again, having played house before, I understand why marriage is a propaganda. I know. And also, having a baby, getting pregnant, pushing something that big out of my vagina, fuck that.
The woman haters are angry again. Let's take a look.
I've gotten over it. I'm probably never having kids. It is what it is. I'm probably gonna play video games for the rest of my life. I'm probably gonna be as hot for as long as I can.
Oh Lord, the comments under this video is insane. All of them are men, angry as hell that she's not gonna have kids. Now tell me, as a grown-ass man, what does that do for you when a woman has kids or doesn't have kids? What does that do for you? No, but some of y'all really hate women. I'm seeing it. Because I saw this video and I thought, oh yeah, she's a millionaire, she's chilling, she wanna play video games. Okay, cool. And then I look at the comments and it's pure hatred. It's not like she was gonna have a kid with you anyway. Like, what are we doing? Yo, shout out Valkyrie for even saying this. Like, the amount of hate that comes towards women for just saying they don't want to have kids is absurd.
Hi guys!
Shut the fuck up! Who the fuck is she? Who the fuck is this guy? You don't have a boyfriend. Bye! Get the fuck out of here!
You need to take care of me. That's what men do. They take care of their wives. The wife does take care of the man. Sorry, I will not do it. I'm very old school.
When you're single and child-free and you've spent decades of your life being dismissed and feeling othered, I just want to acknowledge that for a second. Because that's how I spent my 20s and pretty much all of my 30s. And because I didn't want partnership or kids or anything, I was like left out and kind of left behind, right? Like, I didn't get invited to brunches. It's like I only could serve on the wedding panel as a bridesmaid for the picture. But then after that, I didn't have anything to offer. So there was no girl group, there was no like afternoons, there was no brunches. And then when the kids came, it was just the expectations that I was going to show up and be the goddamn nanny. And I honestly didn't know that part of the problem was just a mismatch of value set because I wasn't prioritizing those like mainstream stereotypical things. And I started to feel shitty about myself because all I was hearing was, oh, so sad. Like, you don't want kids, or oh, you'll understand when you're a mom, or you'll change your mind when you meet the right person, or oh, you couldn't possibly understand because you're not married, and whatever fucking dismissive other shit that they wanted to say to me. I just felt so unseen, so disconnected, and fucking lonely. And I was like, I cannot be the only one out here who is single and child-free and wanting to do cool shit and live her life and isn't focused on finding the one, because I'm the one, and wants to connect with more women like that. After I finally came up from air from this last bout of life's fuckery, I said, you know what? I'm going to be on a mission to find other women like me, because fuck this shit. I'm never going to be in a relationship again where they do not see me, they do not hear me, they do not respect me, and they don't show up for me. I was like, I'm going to create a space where we don't have to defend ourselves and where we don't have to chase anything, and we can just talk about how cool it is being in this phase of life exactly where we are right now, thriving. It all started from a viral TikTok a little over a year ago. And I started the Single and Child Free Network for women like me and women like you, because if you've gotten this far, I'm assuming that this is landing for you, for us to connect and find a safe and supportive space to be with our people. Either way, if you're interested in learning about the network or not, but I just want to validate that where you are in your life and the choices that you've made and what you've prioritized matters. It's valid and it's awesome as hell. And if you do want to meet more women like you, I'm doing an open house inside the Single and Child Free Network this Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. The link is in my bio. It's free, and just come learn a little bit about what we do and meet other single and child free women from around the country, Canada, and we're slowly trickling into other countries in Europe and in Australia too. Okay, so that's my piece. At the very least, just know you're not the only one. You're not weird and you're not alone. There's a whole group of single and child-free women who are out here living their best lives, supporting each other, cheering each other on, hyping each other up, and just living full, whole lives. So the link is in my bio if you want to learn more, and definitely stick around on my social media. All right.
One thing about being single and child-free in your 30s is the amount of projection that other people put on you of what they would be doing if they were in your shoes. Oh, you don't have kids? I would be traveling the world as if I have an endless supply of money. Oh, you don't have a husband? Going on a bunch of dates, finding someone super rich and just taking them for all their money. We don't live in Ocala, Florida. And there's an endless supply of men wanting to do that. You don't have kids? You should be the fittest person on earth. You shouldn't even have an ounce of fat. Genetics doesn't play a part, or toxic food culture. There's just so many things. They act like you should be some traveler with a bunch of money that doesn't have a single issue. You don't have a full-time job and a business and friends and family and a mortgage and a regular life going on. It's just that you don't have a partner to share the burdens with, or you don't have children that you have to split your time with. We're just normal people living normal lives.
Being single is a flex, because when you are single, you can do whatever you want. If you want to go spend $500 at Sephora on yourself, you can do that, and you don't have to tell anybody about it. When you are single, you can decide, I am going to sleep and rot in bed all day long without someone coming and saying, oh, I made plans, or a kid coming and saying, Mommy, I need food, or whatever. When you are single, you have the most promise and prospects in your life, because it could be any person that comes in your life that's the one, but you have the choice to be able to choose. It could be any job opportunity. It could be a job opportunity that is in the farthest flung corner of the world. And when you don't have anyone to answer to but yourself, you can say yes to that opportunity, untethered. It's beautiful. And there are many people in this world that will have you think that being single is misery, being single is sad. But the happiest demographic of the entire world is single, child-free women. So why do you think they're trying to convince you out of it? Maybe because being single and child-free means you have more money, you have more choice, you have more options, and you are uncontrollable. Being ungovernable is not something that governments like. They are flipping out about the birth rates. Because why? Because that means that you have the choice to say no. You have the choice to walk up out of this country, walk up out of this relationship, walk up out of this job, walk away from anything that you do not want. When you are married, you have someone to answer to. And for some people, that's what they want. They want the accountability. I love that for you. You like it? I love it for you. But when you have children, you are absolutely tethered. When you have things that tether you to jobs, tether you to locations, you are not free. Being single is freedom. And honestly, one of my favorite songs is Free Woman by Lady Gaga, because there is nothing more freeing than being a woman that can say yes, that can say no, that can say fuck you, that can say goodbye without having to worry about anything. I was having a conversation with my stepfather, who is an absolute gem, and he was talking about back in the day having to take jobs he didn't necessarily want to take because he had to put food on the table for his wife and for his children. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, that sounds fucking terrible, because I never want to have to make a decision for anyone outside of myself. Call me selfish. I mean, I take that as a compliment. God forbid a woman take care of herself. And so if you are single, you are thinking, oh my God, it's so sad, I want to share my life with someone. It's okay to have those feelings, but also remember that you are in the most powerful position that you will ever be in. You are in the most choiceful position that you will ever be in. Relish it.
You get high, fuck a bunch of girls, and then cry.
A lot of you men be gay. A lot of you men.
So I saw quite a few responses to this video, and they were from men, black men particularly, and they were kind of disappointing but not shocking at the same time, right? Because I expected that these men were going to somehow find a way to turn it around on black women. Guys were saying, we don't make it safe for them to come out. And in the same breath, you say you're a man. So which is it? Because I feel like if you're claiming to be a real man, you shouldn't be somewhere scouring around scared, hiding who you are, right? Be a man, man the fuck up, living your truth. Another guy said something along the lines of, we be around gay guys and they wear makeup and they do our hair and stuff, and deep down we don't really respect them. That's not true at all. And I can speak for myself. I actually respect those men who come out and be who they are. They say it with their whole chest, and they don't give a damn what nobody got to say. I respect those men. DL men, I don't respect you at all. Men with wives and girlfriends and multiple baby mamas and y'all putting their health at risk and all that, no respect for you whatsoever. So if you want to call us homophobic because a straight woman wants a straight man, call it whatever the fuck you want to call it, bruh. But my mind ain't changing, and most straight women's minds ain't changing either. The number one reason why typically straight women don't want to be with no fucking man that likes other men is, the number one thing for me especially, is health complications, right? Or implications. I was in healthcare for almost 20 years. 1 in 2 gay men have HIV. I don't give a damn what lies y'all tell. We know men lie. If your mouths are moving, you're lying. I worked in so many different health settings for almost 20 years. And you can go to the CDC website or whatever. Gay men, 1 in 2 of them are HIV positive. Some of us want our health. Some of us don't want to get sick. Some of us don't want our immune systems compromised. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Also, it doesn't matter if you identify as gay or not. If you are a man who has sex with other men, you are in that category. You could be out there, man. You could be a bisexual. You could be a trans. It doesn't matter what you identify with. If you are a male who has sex with other men, you are in the category of 1 out of 2. It just is what it is. And the number is actually much higher than that because we know most men don't go to the doctor and get tested, right? So that's my number one reason. Outside of that, I think I can vouch for most straight women and say that we don't actually give a fuck what y'all do. But when you take away a woman's ability to choose for herself, if she wants to deal with that, that's where we have a problem. That is when we don't respect you. So if you say you are a man, be a man. Come out and be who you are. It is 2024. There was a time when I had empathy for men and understood y'all's plights, and y'all couldn't come out because religious reasons, or you will be ostracized, you will lose your job, whatever. It is 2024. It ain't no motherfucking excuse. Y'all are doing this because some of y'all get a kick out of it. Some of y'all are cowards. Some of y'all are really scared and you're not comfortable with who you are. Whatever your reason is, I personally don't care. If you're going to be gay or down low and you're not bothering women, you have all my respect, right? Because at least you're not hurting anybody. At least you're not bothering anybody with this, right? If you just don't want people to know because you like your privacy, that's fine. The moment you bring women and children into this mix and they don't actually know your status, Houston, we have a problem. You can call me homophobic if you want. I don't give a fuck. My mind will not change. My mind is closed on this topic. And I'll leave y'all with that.
Okay, ladies, listen up. If you want to win, if you really want to win in this dating game, you have to stop these men in their tracks. All these men, they're going to take you on dates, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to future fake. They all do this, right? Okay, this is a universal thing that men use. Okay, this is a tactic to to get you to feel closer to them than you already are. Because remember, the only reason why a man approaches you in the beginning, the only reason a man approaches you at first is because he wants access to your body. He doesn't understand anything else. He's not there for anything else. His brain and the way that he is wired is seeking one thing and one thing only. Now, afterwards, what happens with you and this guy, it could progress, but in the beginning, when a man approaches you, he's approaching you for one thing. All these young guys in underage clubs, they're there for one thing. All these guys who are approaching you out in clubs, they're there for one thing. All these men on a dating app, they're there for one thing, okay? You get the gist, okay? These men are here to get access to your body, nothing else. Stay with me. In order to stop yourself from going into that state of limerence. Limerence is about fantasizing about a man that you don't even know, okay? You've probably gone on one date with him, you come home, you start over-analyzing, you start idolizing him, you start dreaming of a future with this man, all right? You're thinking about the kind of house you want to live in with this man, you think about how many kids you want to have with him, you're thinking about what color should I paint the walls, playing wifey, okay? For a man that you don't even know, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't need to do that anymore. The whole point of this video is I'm going to stop you from doing that. I need you to listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. Men use this tactic to make you feel attached to them. Remember, if they can get you attached to them, they gain access to your body. This is the formula in their head, and they are following a formula. Now, they are going to start future faking. They are going to start telling you things like, oh, I can't wait to do all these things with you. Oh, I really think my mum's going to like you. We're going to do all these amazing things together, right? They're going to start saying things like this. This is all just to get you attached. This is manipulation. They know how to manipulate you as a woman because women are emotionally driven. We are driven by our emotions. Now, when we hear these kind of words of affirmations, there is something that releases in us as women, and it creates a bond with this man. Hearing those words, we're going to have a great future together. My mum is really going to like you. Now, this guy is just saying words, okay? This man is literally just reading off a teleprompter. But as a woman, you will not detect that because you are not wired to detect it. He is just saying what he needs to say to get access to you. But you are thinking that you've actually met somebody that you can spend the rest of your life with. Remember, we are two very different people. Men or women are not the same, and you need to stop thinking that men think the same as you. He may sound like he is thinking the same way as you, but that's all part of the act. He is there to get you hooked. Okay, that's why once he gets what he wants, he runs. Suddenly it's, oh, I don't think I can be in a relationship. I don't think I'm ready for it. Oh, I've got some issues. Oh, work's getting in the way. Yeah, that's why that happens to you, okay? But you, unfortunately, are far too gone at that point because you're in this state of limerence. You've already pictured a future with this man. Although he's not actually done anything to earn your trust, you're sitting there believing every word that comes out of this man's mouth. I need you to stop. Wake up and smell the coffee. The only way you know a man is fully invested in you is if he is planning consistent dates. He is reaching out consistently. He is reciprocating your energy. He is asking you out constantly. Okay, it's a consistent thing. You went on one date, he's already asking you on the second date. You went on a second date, he's asking you about the third date and the fourth date. He's on a date with you and he's already planning another date. That's when you know a man is invested in you, most likely heading in the right direction. That's the only way. Okay, I've said it to you guys so much. I don't care if he's texting you every night, asleep on the phone to you guys. No, that is not an indication of if he's invested in you and he sees this going somewhere.
The reason why men hate child-free women is because they can't trap us. Relationships might start out all well and good, but a man locks you down for life when you have his baby. Even if you're not with him, even if you're not married to him, he still has his pinchers in you. The reason that they hate child-free women is because we get to say no to them. We get to choose ourselves every single day. And that's not to say women with kids aren't able to choose themselves every day, but they always have to consider that man. A man can make your life hell on the back of you having his child. A man can switch up the relationship as soon as you're pregnant because he knows he's locked it down. As a child-free woman, I can pick myself, I can buy a house, I can get educated, I can get a mortgage, I can get a bank account, I can do all of the things that we used to need men for, and they are pressed. Because we're also starting to wake up. Look at Sister Hong. Sister Hong is literally telling women, do not value being picked because they will pick anything. So if you are a child-free woman and they are saying you gotta have a baby, it's the best thing ever, it's the most important job in the world, it's not. It's not. The most important job that you have in this world is to be your best and to rise to your highest. And generally, a man will tether you down, and how they do that is by getting you pregnant. We have only had 50 years to build as females, and look at where we're at. They are so pressed because we realize we don't even need them to have a baby. We can go to a sperm bank. So think long and hard before you let a man put a baby in you, because that is the biggest decision you will ever make. And even when the situation is perfect, it's still fucking hard.
One thing I will not tolerate as a child-free, unmarried woman by choice is the hate that we constantly get from men because of it. You don't like us because you want to control us, and we are literally rejecting and denying that possibility in every shape or way that you're presenting it to us. I am not going to inconvenience myself for a shitty marriage to a literal demon or ungrateful children. It's not happening. It's a trap. And even if that's not my reality, I am not going to bring a child into a world that's literally up in flames. Why would I want to do that? And also, simply, I just don't want to sacrifice my mind, my body, my freedom, my time, my life to anyone else. There are certain things that I never want to have to worry about in this lifetime, and if I'm in control of those things, I'm going to make damn sure that they don't happen. I do not want to have to worry about whether or not my child is going to make it home alive from school today or not. I do not want to have to worry about who my husband is out fucking while I'm at home carrying the weight of solely raising the family that he helped create and that he wanted so badly, not me. I don't want to have to worry about raising my kids as a single mother. These things are totally preventable, by the way. If I don't have to live my life like that, I'm not fucking going to. And I don't care if you call me selfish. Yeah, I am selfish. This is my life, and I'm going to live it how I fucking want. Selfish people bring children into this world for selfish reasons all the time, and then the child suffers because of it. Wouldn't you rather someone be selfish and not bring a child into the mix? Like, make it make sense for
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all think women be lying about their baby daddies and their kids. These men be lying. So one time my friend was dating this man in Jacksonville. So she done moved from where she was staying to Jacksonville. Come to find out, she ended up getting the kids for the summer. So when she got the kids for the summer, one of the kids ended up telling, like, it's more of us. Like, you know, they only had 4 of the kids. Mind you, she had no kids. But she was like, okay, I'm older. 4 kids, okay. Plus, they ain't live with them full time. You know, they would just come for the summer and stuff. So the little girl ended up telling my friend, like, it's 10 of us. Y'all, I ended up going to Jacksonville helping my friend pack her shit. And the nigga had the nerve to tell my friend, oh, you know, this is my last lie right here.
Men will future fake. Future faking means talking about your future, your shared future together, the kids and the house and the fence and the chickens and the dogs. It doesn't even have to be that long term. He can talk about vacations. He can talk about when he gets this job. You guys are gonna da 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 da. This is called future faking, okay? Don't let a man play in your face about what he's going to do. Never bet money on a man's word. You should know that they're liars. And just move with that awareness, okay? Men will future fake to get you to pull your guard down faster because you want to already be there. You want to be in the future. And you believe that you can get to the future that he's promised you faster if you are more available to him. You show up and you show him how great he is. Maybe he's going to want to bring that future faster. This is a trap. This is a lie. He speaks big game because he knows that you're going to break down your walls. He's going to have more access to you, okay? All off of this. You know, in years' time, in months' time, when this happens, when I get a promotion, whether it happens or not, you're not to give yourself freely. You're not. You're not supposed to do that. People have to work for you. They have to work for access. They have to work for affection. They have to work for support. This is how we stay safe, okay? Not by giving all of us to anyone. Even if it's a man that you really, really like, okay? Never bet money on a man's word. Do not let anyone future fake you, okay? They're trying to get more of you in less time and with less work.
the risks were outweighed by the potential benefit